everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Tuesdays, the segment in which I head to the Tokyo Disney theme parks to sample and review every last eatery. For our 12th episode, I was contacted by a viewer who requested that I try something from the New Orleans Square area. So, with that in mind, I headed off to Cafe Orleans. Because Tokyo Disneyland doesn't have a New Orleans Square, the restaurants and attractions you might expect to find there are all located in Adventureland. Keeping this in mind, it's pretty simple to get to. Head into the World Bazaar and turn left. Keep on going straight into Adventureland. Taking the dogleg to the right, continue going straight, and it'll quickly pop up on your left. If you stand facing the Pirates of the Caribbean, Cafe Orleans is directly to the right. Cafe Orleans is a delightful little cafe featuring one single all-too-appropriate food, crepes. Sweet or dinner, they usually have both. There is a lovely, self-contained outside seating area, but I usually prefer to sit inside. The effort put into this location extends as far as to the light fixtures and the electrical sockets, with large mirrors and windows making the limited space feel that much bigger. The crepes are also cooked out front in the open, which is always fun to watch.
All right, good morning. I'm here at Cafe Orleans by request. We had a request to go to one of the New Orleans Square locations. It's not really called New Orleans Square in Tokyo Disneyland. It's part of Adventureland, so that's fun. Anyways, for the food, I got the specialty drink, which is a fruit tea. I'm not a big fan of tea per se, but it smells quite delicious. I also got 2 crepes because when in Orleans, you get crepes. I got the chicken crepe, which is cold to the touch, and I got the apple cinnamon crepe, which is just covered in cinnamon. This is also a specialty seasonal item. So I'm wondering if it's not the cinnamon crepe that I'm smelling now that I've moved these 2 things away from each other. So let's start with the chicken crepe and see how that goes. Oh, it's cold. Cold crepe. So yeah, this is really just like a chicken Caesar salad wrapped up in a crepe. You can see the cross section there. There's salad, there's dressing, there are croutons, there's chicken. So that's pretty much what this is. Tomatoes, a little bit of tomatoes in there. What do they call this exactly? Yep, this is literally called a chicken salad crepe, so that cinnamon smell is really distracting when you're trying to enjoy your non-cinnamon crepe. I think anytime someone moves a crepe with cinnamon on it, it just infects the entire area in the most delightful way. Let's see what this drink looks like. Ooh, fruit. They're not lying when they say fruit tea. Let that breathe a bit, hopefully cool off. That tastes good already. Crepe number 2. Let's see, it's just covered in cinnamon. Oh, I'm so excited. So I bit in, and cinnamon exploded all over me. I'm cinnamon covered now as well as the crepe. I kind of just want to eat all of the cinnamon out of this sleeve. I know that's a bad idea, but I still kind of want to. This Cafe Orleans looks a lot like the one in Tokyo Disneyland. To the point where I can remember when Bottled Ginger and I went to Cafe Orleans, and we basically sat in the exact same place that I'm sitting now with the exact same decor. So that's neat. See all the cinnamon left in there. Just plenty. Next, we're on to the Dee's Delight tea. Dee's Delights. They've covered, I don't know, you can't really see it, but they've covered the cup in like this, God, is it styrofoam? I hope it's not styrofoam. Whatever it is, it does not conduct heat, so the cup is insulated. It's a disposable cup with some sort of soft exterior coating on it. But it's nice that it doesn't burn your hands. What do we got? We got orange, we got a strawberry, we got a kiwi. Anything else? I think it's just orange, strawberry, and kiwis. There are 2 slices of each. Let's see how this rates on my I don't like tea meter. Hot. Not bad. Not bad at all. I don't know if that's because there's... Ooh, that's warm. That's settling in my stomach quite nicely. I don't know if that's because there's real, actual fruit in it, but it has less of that bitter tea aftertaste that I usually experience. Usually when I drink tea, I inevitably go after I drink it. So it'll usually be like sip, because I'm getting looks. From a girl in a pink Mickey headdress, pink mini headdress, as if I'm the strange one. She's not wrong, I am. So even if I like the initial taste of tea, usually the aftertaste that it leaves on the back of my tongue is a little more than I can handle. Whereas with this, I'm not really getting that. This honestly just feels or tastes like hot water with fruit in it. Like it's not an actual tea, like they just threw fruit in hot water. And I mean that in the best way possible. Let's continue and see if I react more at all. I mean, I already gave the place a 2 something rating, but the apple cinnamon drink over at Ice Cream Cones is actually better than this, I feel. But I also, like I said, I'm not so much of a tea fan, and I apparently really like the apple cinnamon flavor. I'm gonna try some of this fruit. Not a fan of that. No. On to the kiwi. Nope, don't like that either. Oh, no, not at all. And let's try the orange. The orange is fine. So, hot fruit water, it's pretty good. And again, it's a seasonal item, so they might not have it when you come, but if they do, even if you don't like tea, it's not bad. The actual fruit in the tea, I don't really recommend eating that. The strawberry and the kiwi in particular both sort of turn bitter, and their being hot does not add to their texture at all. So the oranges were actually fine. But I sort of recommend that you leave the strawberry and the kiwi where they lay.
We've had our crepes, we've had our tea. How did they rate? Service. Service is a 3 out of 5. When you first enter, they split the line into 2 so that you can go to one of 2 cash registers. Either way you go, the service is polite, friendly, and as quick as they can make it. The woman that I had on this particular day made sure to take a moment with me to explain that I needed to stir my tea. I really appreciated that she took the time, even though she didn't have to. It was a nice gesture. 3 out of 5. Atmosphere! A bit of a tricky one for me. I love that it feels like they went full out in their branding and their decorations at this location. It's a beautiful location that I love, and the atmosphere here is amazing. That said, you have a movie set in New Orleans. Is there a reason there's no Princess and the Frog here yet? Like, I'm not saying that you have to 100% change Cafe Orleans into Duke's Diner, but you could do so many things with this. You could have photos on the wall of the various characters in that sort of like so-and-so ate here kind of way. You could have signage up. There's so many missed opportunities here, I feel, and it's strange to me that there's no Princess and the Frog in this area when it's New Orleans. That's where it takes place. Why? Why isn't there more Princess and the Frog? I love this location. It's very low-key classy. It's beautiful how full-on they went with their decorations. I just feel like, why? Why is there no Princess and the... It's been years! 4 out of 5. Price point. The prices here are pretty fair. The seasonal crepe is $5.20, which is maybe just a little bit high, but everything else is $500 or below, which is honestly pretty good for a crepe. They're maybe a little bit smaller than you might expect for that price, which is why I can't call it a full huge bargain. But for the taste and the atmosphere, yeah, it's a pretty fair price. 3 out of 5. The food itself. I do very much recommend Cafe Orleans based on the food. I haven't had all the crepes on the menu yet, but every crepe I have had there has been delicious. I do tend to misread the menu, regardless of whether I'm reading in English or Japanese, and think that the chicken salad crepe is just a chicken crepe, and I'm surprised every time that it's a salad crepe. This is on me, though. For a chicken salad crepe, very delicious. 3 out of 5. Overall rating. Overall, this gives the Cafe Orleans an average rating of 3.25 out of 5, which I will round to a 3.3 because I can. Honestly, I recommend the Cafe Orleans quite a bit. I love their food, I love the menu variety, I love the atmosphere. The only issue is they've done such a good job, I can't help but want to push them further, want to push them higher. You look at their decorations and you're like, clearly they know how to decorate. You look at their menu and you're like, well, clearly they know how to make this food. And so of course your next thought is, well, since you've mastered this, let's go to the next level. Let's throw in specific movie branding. Since you've mastered this crepe, let's add another crepe to the menu. Let's try this crepe. And so I do. I spend a lot of my time at Cafe Orleans wishing that they had done more, but that's not to their detriment in this case. That's because they've already done such a good job. So, definitely do recommend. The lineup. With a 3.25 out of 5, this slides Cafe Orleans in at number 3 on the master list and number 2 on the counter service list. Wow! This comes as no surprise though, because as I've said, it's a great location. Princess and the Frogify it next, okay? So, that's it for this week. Come back next week if you want to find out where I'll be then. Hint! Jackson Pollock. If you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave those down below. We'd love to hear from you. Give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what we do. We'd certainly appreciate it. You can find us on social media if that's more your flavor. Come back on Monday for a little Monday magic with Bottled Ginger, and I will see you next week for another Tokyo Tuesday.